I've been watching the draft since it started, and I was watching the draft because I wanted to see when Shador Sanders was chosen, and it has been emotional for me, and it's not even my child. And what I love Deion Sanders, like hands down. I love what he's done. And I am on a regular basis now listening to the reel that they recorded him talking. I think it was a press conference, but he was talking about what makes you think that your opinion of me. No, he said, what's important for us to remember is that our opinion, somebody else's opinion, as long as it doesn't become the opinion of ourselves, what's important. And that he's been that guy, the game changer, all these different things. And I'm thinking about it all the time. I'm listening to it all the time because I think it's important, right? Anybody who is confident and they have achieved a great level of success, which he has, like, dominated so many different areas. And so it's admirable, right? And so to see what has happened in this draft, something like this adversity, and to see them, like we talk about faith, right? But it's something when you talk about faith and then when you actually are being tested, you really see, do you have faith or you just talking, right? And so it made me think about believing in God, trusting in God. So we say it like lip service, but the truth is, do we really trust God? Do we really believe God? Do we really think that he's going to work it out for our good? And so I've been watching Deion Sanders because I wanted to see how, I'm saying this page, right? His social media. I wanted to see how they handle adversity. And it's been tough, right? I know without a shadow of a doubt, it's been tough. And I've been asking all the questions because I'm not like football person. I don't really care about football, but this really got my attention, right? This really, as I listen to, I have 4 sons and my husband, as I listen to them talk about this draft and how great of a player Shador Sanders is, I was intrigued. I was really, really intrigued. And I like to see somebody winning, right? I want to see somebody winning all the time. I'm like rooting for people. I want them to win, whether I know them or not. I want people to win. And so just to see this happen and to see their poise, right? To see, and I'm not saying that there wasn't disappointment or things behind the scene that happened that, showed the disappointment. I'm just saying to rock solid see on camera things that they posted, things that they put out. They did their best to control the narrative, right? And I think it's important that we look at this as a lesson that it doesn't matter what happens. We just keep going. Like, no matter what happens, we just keep going. Like, we make a decision that it doesn't matter what anybody else does. For me, I'm just going to keep going the course. I'm just going to keep doing what I know I need to be doing. I'm going to keep treating people right. I'm going to keep having something positive to say. I'm going to keep cheering for people that's winning, even if it's not me. I'm just going to keep going no matter what. And two, just thinking in my head about, they posted the scripture about Proverbs 3, I believe it's 5 and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not into your own understanding. I think it's so important that we realize how we are not in control of anything, right? There's a lot of things that we can control, which we should. We should do our best to make sure it works out the way we want it when it's in our control. But there's a lot of things that's not in our control. And all of it we should trust God with, right? All of it. So that we look like he wants us to look, we shine like he wants us to shine, that his glory is fulfilled, that we're not just showing up doing anything, right? When things don't go like we want them, we throwing fits and temper tantrums and cursing and all. No. And so I love this. I love this family. I love what they're doing. I love Deion Sanders, what he's done, this brand that he has built. It's just there's so many lessons that I see in this thing that happened, and I see with Deion Sanders. I mean, it's just wonderful how we can continue through adversity. Things can look a certain way, and it's gonna be fine no matter what. Like, if this don't work out like I wanted to, I'm still gonna trust God. If this, whatever it is, if they don't. If I'm not chosen, I'm still gonna trust God. If I'm chosen, I'm still gonna trust God. If it comes like I want it, I'm gonna trust God. If it don't come like I want, I'm gonna trust God. It's just a lesson how we can see people of God, how they do life, how they do things, and how we don't have to act up. We don't have to, act out of our integrity. We don't have to do things that's wrong. We can just trust God, period. And just a lesson, just as I go through my own things, it just makes me, even though of course we see him publicly, right? We're watching him publicly, in our own personal lives, when people don't see us, we can just trust God. And so I think about, we just need a mustard seed of faith. And if you've seen a mustard seed, it's so small, it's so tiny. And it's amazing how we don't have that little bit of faith in God that he's going to work it out for our good. But this has been a lesson for me. I hope it has helped you. Just, if you're interested, if you're not, because I'm not into football, but this has been intriguing for me. But this has been a blessing to my heart, my spirit, just seeing how they have, stood firm with trusting God no matter what happened, just trusting God day after day after day, just trusting God and not, putting anything out negative, not bashing anybody, not saying anything, just trusting God, just being a man of confidence. And I believe it's more confidence than it is confidence, but being a man of confidence, believing in themselves, believing in themselves, just showing up every single day. And so just something to be thinking about for ourselves is, do we trust God? Do we trust God, or do we trust man? Do we, have we given it over to somebody else, or have we given it to God? And so, food for thought today. Do we trust God, or are we dependent on man to make every single day? Are we dependent on man to make us who we need to be, to, give us this superficial, idea of success every single day? Are we trusting God? Are we doing something like completely different? And so what I do know for sure is that people will fail you, right? They can't help it. We're human, right? We're all imperfect beings. But when we trust God, we can know that it might not work out the way we wanted to, the way we expected it, but it's going to work out better. So who can fight with that, right? If it's going to work out better, he already know the end from the beginning. He know everything. And so when we trust God, just a lesson in trusting God.